What time is it? It's Packard Pokes At time. Hat? Check. Shirt? Check. Pants? Optional. Mug? Double check. Check us out at cafepress.com/PackardPokesAt where you can get all this great merchandise and more.
Do you like Packard Pokes At and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokes At, and I'm poking at your news. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another fine edition of Packard Pokes At. I am your immutable and unmutable host, Packard Sonic, and joining me tonight from the far west coast is Connie Practical Magic 9.
Hello, hello, hello. That was a really bad Cockney accent.
Are you trying to say you're on the far west coast?
I'm so far west that I'm east.
You're so far west, you're east.
Yeah, it's a good thing Dawkins' dog is not in the chat room.
Yeah, I think you would bite your ankle for that bad Cockney accent.
I'm worse than Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, that was bad. That was bad.
Oh goodness.
That was a bad one. One of those things that have been played out in the religious community is freedom of religion. We are being persecuted for freedom of religion. And the thing is, the irony of that statement is that down in Texas, there was a church that just opened and the Christians are protesting it. Why, might you ask? Because it is a Church of Lucifer, which in Latin actually means something completely different. It means light bearer. So all these religious people came out there and they started protesting. But that's not all. They also decided to vandalize this said church as well. They have a video camera set up for security, and they caught some schmo cutting a tree branch down onto the roof of the building at that church there. And not only did it damage that church, but it damaged a building of a business completely unrelated to them next door. So much for that Christian love. The co-president of the Greater Church of Lucifer, Michael Ford, said that they had a right to be there, and he does. He's correct on that point. And he felt sorry for those wasting their time outside because they're not going to amend his opinions, and he's not going to alter his beliefs in spite of the usage of the word quote-unquote church. Ford claimed that it was a philosophical organization. However, according to their filing before the Austin County Courthouse back in January of 2015, so this has been in the works for some time now, co-founder Jacob No, his last name's No, interesting, described it as a religion. The intention of the filing paperwork before the court was to quote-unquote do business. So this is total bullshit on the Christians' part. They keep screaming, like I said at the beginning, freedom of religion, and we're being persecuted. And what do they turn around to do? They persecute somebody because of somebody else's religion or beliefs. How low they start to fall. Connie, your thoughts?
Oh, well, Christine Wake, who she thinks that the Monster Energy drink is a satanic symbol.
Yeah, that's
on the front of the can, and a bunch of other things. She's interrupted Muslim prayers. She was at this little protest, and her disparaging comment was, well, this is what you get when we have freedom of religion. I'm like,
what?
Are you kidding me? Wow, and I actually loved it because with a little further digging, this church is surrounded by downtown businesses. It used to be a residential neighborhood, and now they've had a lot of mom and pop little stores pop up. Most of these are quilting stores and antique stores, and
you know how terrible the Christians hate antiquing and quilting. Those are definitely tools of the devil. Didn't you know that?
All those mixed fabrics.
Yeah, mixed fabrics, exactly. It's right there in Deuteronomy.
Yep. But one of the next door businesses said she doesn't care about the Satanists. She says that she figures that if we ignore them, they'll probably go away. But she's upset about all of the dancing and singing, and not from the Satanists, from all of the Christian protesters. And she says they're throwing holy water on this business, and they're making noise all the time. They're blocking the streets. And I was like, you know what? That is awesome. Here in the deep, South in the Bible Belt, we have this little lady, here in her quilting shop, and she's upset about the protesters, and I'm going, that's actually quite awesome. I was really happy to hear that. But yeah, and the irony here that they're trying to affect the church, and they actually just somebody. It was actually 5 people. The surveillance camera, you can kind of see people. It looks like a lot of 20-somethings, right?
Yeah.
Somebody actually picks up a rock or some kind of a heavy thing and breaks a window too. But yeah, they not only affect the church, but they affect a building next to it. So they're actually
Loving
on
Christians.
the lookout for whoever did this vandalism.
Christians never vandalized. Oh wait, yes they did. There was an interesting quote here.
It's
now
terrorism.
It is. That's exactly right. That is terrorism.
Thank you.
That is terrorism. Now there is a quote. Now this is from Breitbart, so take it for a grain of salt that it is. Texas State Representative Debbie Riddle, riddle me not, riddle me this, riddle me that. No, sorry. She must have her night job is the Riddler, I guess.
We need more Batman.
We need more Batman. Batman, where are you when we need you? Who represents the area, told Breitbart, Texas, lukewarm Christians will likely yawn and ignore this atrocity in our area. I'm just going to break in here on the comment for just a moment. Atrocity? All these multiple churches everywhere they're around this country. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a church. That's the atrocity. And the fact that their religion is shoving its way into our government, that's an atrocity, not this one church. Anyway, I digress.
No, but they want an oligarchy. They don't want democracy. They want a church rule.
Yeah, they want their religion to rule. A lot of these
people, not everybody, but
right. They want their religion to rule.
They
don't want to have. They don't want to have any other religions or beliefs in this country. Anyway,
the right religion. Yeah.
Yeah, and now this is where it gets funny. This lady, she says, and this is so funny. It is clearly a stick in the eye to Christians and Jews. A stick in the eye to all who value and love the godly values of which our country was founded. A stick in the eye to God. Apparently there's a lot of sticks flying around, and God apparently has a lot of eyes. Apparently has 3, apparently.
Well, that branch, when it fell, I'm sure there were a lot of branches sticking out of it too. So
yeah,
one of them must have poked God.
The all-powerful, all-omnipotent sky wizard gets a poke in the eye. There was this movie several years ago, Superman movies, and the director said, we see Superman dodging bullets and everything like that, or bullets bouncing off of him. What if we get a shot where it hits him right in the eye? Let's see what happens, because, it's like the most gelatinous, softest part. So they zoomed in on right where the bullet hits him in the eye, and it boink, bounces right off.
Yes.
Okay? So if God is all powerful, do you think a stick is gonna fucking hurt it? Really?
They don't really believe God can do that much, I guess, if he needs to be defended.
Yes, apparently so. This church is located in the Old Town Springs in the unincorporated Harris County, Texas. The Old Town Spring is a collection of 150 shops, restaurants, and art galleries. Oh no, an art gallery!
There you go. They should probably be protesting the nudity.
Yes.
In the art gallery.
Actually, that's just over that art gallery. It shows an arm that's bare. Oh no! They're located just north of Houston. Planet. I'm sorry. Every time I hear the word Houston, I go back to that Superman 2 Planet Houston. So sorry, I don't know why. That's just me. Many of the original buildings are still in town, and some of them are over 100 years old. I wonder if they moved into one of those 100-year-old buildings. Maybe they can get a ghost to show up or something. I don't know. Sorry from last week there. Any last comments on this?
Oh no, just I just found this article to be kind of humorous and kind of, like you said, we have terrorism. It's an act of terrorism, isn't it?
I think so. I think this is definitely an act of terrorism on that.
Yeah.
Teach me how to be sensible, logical, oh, responsible, practical.
And tonight we have our logical fallacy game. So if you want to test your logical fallacy knowledge, this is the game you want to play. Tonight's question is, that can't be a senator on a sex tape. If it were, he'd be lying about not knowing her. And he's not the kind of man who would lie. Is this A, post hoc ergo propter hoc? Or B, appeal to ridicule? C, appeal to consequences of a belief? Or D, appeal to anonymous authority? What do you think it is, Connie?
Okay, God, I don't know.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I'm going to say C.
Alrighty. We have a couple people in the chat room finally. What do you guys think it is? Do you think it's... Waiting for the chat room to respond. I think they're out there Googling. They're Googling this.
I'm not cheating, by the way.
The answer is C, appeal to consequences of a belief.
Woohoo!
Arguing a belief is false because it implies something you'd rather not believe. You were right, Connie. Good job.
Thank you. Woohoo! My inner Hermione is much relieved.
Yeah.
I dropped the mic. Oh, you're damned. Like a boss, yeah.
Yeah, like a boss.
Like
Speaking
a
of
guesser.
real good guesser. Speaking of boss, the boss always tells us we have these commercials we need to play, and since I'm the boss, I have to listen to me. So let's get to those commercials.
Contact us by email at ppappodcast@gmail.com or on Twitter as at Packard Pokes At. Like us on Facebook.com/Packard Pokes At. Call our Google Voice and leave a message at 662-709-PPAP or 662-709-7727, and we will respond to it on the show. Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Join us live at vonlive.tv/Packard Pokes At. During the show, you can share your thoughts with us by calling 857-216-3200 using PIN number 35368 or on uberconference.com/Packard Pokes At. For links to the stories, visit our show page at packardpokesat.wordpress.com. You can help support the show by purchasing merchandise from cafepress.com/Packard Pokes At or make a donation to the show at patreon.com/Packard Pokes At. If you can't afford any money, why not share the show with your friends and rate us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, and on YouTube. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
What if we picked the wrong religion? Every week we're just making God madder and madder.
Testify!
You know, the thing is about faith is that people put a lot of stock in their religious faith, what their beliefs are, and they think that just because they believe something, it's going to work for them. An Armenian American family performed a lamb sacrifice for an alien relative recently, but now they're starting to question that faith because several days after he started feeling better, he was killed in a very spectacular highway crash. In fact, it was so spectacular, he was thrown out of the vehicle 20 feet into the air onto an overpass highway sign. You know, like this, if you're going down the highway, you see a big ass sign in the middle of the road saying, you know, turn here for this exit, keep going for this exit. And those signs have like a little walk area for highway crew for whatever reason they need to be up there on. The guy actually
changing light bulbs on him or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And his body was thrown so hard and so violently from the car, he got hooked up on there. Now, the thing is, this happened just right around the time of Halloween, and when people saw the body up there, they thought, oh, this is a bad Halloween prank. And it wasn't. It really was not. Police said that the guy, his name is Pannon, he was driving to his new job in Glendale Collision Center. Ironic there. Around 7 a.m. Yeah, around 7 a.m. on Interstate 5 when he crashed into the rear of a pickup truck and his Ford Festiva overturned, launching him from the vehicle into the Colorado Street freeway sign.
Yeah, it rolled several times, I think.
Yeah. The thing is, these people are now questioning their faith because of this. This is a quote from them. I myself have lost my faith and questioning the acts of God if he exists. Good place to start, if he exists, which is the answer is no. Okay? Cousin on the online fundraiser page set up by the family to pay for the funeral expenses. The Armenian Kardashian explained the family had just performed a traditional now this word, it looks Klingon. I'm just saying, it looks Klingon, but it's not Klingon. It's Matog, which sounds Klingon, for his beloved cousin less than a week before his death to thank God for sparing his life from an illness. But the offering apparently failed to remind Peninen, whatever his last name is, to wear a safety belt.
Paninian.
Isn't that a...
Oh, sorry. Pananian.
Pananian? Isn't that a flatbread?
It sounds... Yeah, I guess it sounds like a bread.
It's panini. That's a panini. That's a sandwich, isn't it? It's panini. It's...
All Armenians' names end in IAN and NIAN. Yeah.
Okay.
It can be a real tongue twister depending on the name.
Yeah. There was one more comment here. He says, I find it ironic that 5 days after this offering to God, not only did God choose to take this young man's life, no, him not wearing a safety belt, and him driving erratically is what took his life, but decided to make it such a spectacle out of it. If God works in mysterious ways, his ways remain a mystery to me and has crushed this family as a whole. Connie, you go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to get the last comment in there.
It's actually there's part of this story that is really quite sad. Evidently the young man was just a real sweet person. Yeah. Everybody says he was just very generous, but at the same time, he was in a huge rush, LA freeway. And we were debating, like, how high up was the sign?
It was about 20
What did we spend,
feet.
about an hour?
Yeah. We spent, Connie and I were spending about an hour over Facebook trying to figure out how high this fucking sign was up in the air. And it turns out it's 20 feet.
Launched. Yeah.
Yeah, he launched right out of the car. I mean, I've seen
20 feet.
Yeah, 20 feet into the air. Probably over 20 feet in the air. He hit the sign and then kind of probably slid down, I imagine,
Yeah,
like
if you look it up, you can find a picture of the sign and the rescue crew, but it's going to be blurred where he's at. And to think that somebody thought that this was a Halloween prank, the real bright spot is the fact that maybe most of the family, some of the family, especially just a few, are saying, how could a loving God do this?
Right.
It feels more like a twisted metal, monkey's paw kind of a wish. God spared him.
Oh, yeah.
Toran, exactly. It sounds like something out of a Roadrunner cartoon.
It does, he just said that.
Crazy.
He said this sounds like a cartoon, and I agree, it does. This doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound real. It sounds like one of our, truth or troll stories that we do here on the show.
I mean, I wish that it didn't take something like this to make people question something as basic as their faith and whatnot. But it's the only real bright spot in this whole thing. And I don't know, crazy story. I mean, I was just like, I can't believe that a body launched that high.
Yeah.
Evidently, and here's another piece of irony, according to his friends and family, he actually wore a 5-point harness, which makes me wonder how crazy this guy drove all the time.
Yeah,
but
5-point harness.
He did not put it on this morning. And like you said, that there's another piece of irony, the fact that his first day at a job at a collision center, and that's what he's rushing to work. He's rushing to not be late to work. It's just like, oh my God. If irony were a sandwich, this would be a foot-long Subway with everything on it.
Yeah. This would be a foot-long sub, at least, of irony.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I would rather be able to get people to be skeptical without this level of tragedy myself. But
Yeah, me as well. I wish people would think more logically to get them away from these goat-herding, backwater, Iron Age beliefs, Bronze Age beliefs, I should say.
Yes.
To get away from it this way is not a way I would suggest that it should happen. I don't wish this on, well, maybe Pat Robertson. I'm just saying. Maybe Pat Robertson. Maybe Pat Robertson. Maybe, Theodore Shubat. Those guys I probably wouldn't feel so bad about. But
Pat Robertson is a Bronze Age artifact.
Yes, he is. He should be put in a museum. And then have the museum closed and let them just sit there and wait and go, where'd everybody go? So, nobody wants to see that.
Why does everyone keep thinking I'm a troll?
We have a segment we've been doing for the last few weeks. It's called Truth or Troll. I read a story headline to Connie, and she has to determine if the story headline is a real story or a troll story from like The Onion or whatnot. And let's see if you can get this on your own and take your fingers off the Google machine. Are you ready, Connie?
Sure.
Okay.
I sound less than ready, but I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Our first headline: Witch takes warlock to court over accusations of harassment. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
True.
That is correct. That is from NBC.
Okay.
Next headline.
Yay.
Next headline: Wealthiest Americans ominously reminded nation could easily drop another $10 billion on election. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
True.
No, that is from The Onion. That is a troll story. Sounds real though, doesn't it?
We have all the money. You guys have all the money in the world. You don't need ours.
Don't need ours.
That sounded very true to me.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, our next headline: Trained mouse caught smuggling drugs through Brazilian prison. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Why is that poor mouse in prison? What did it do?
It stole cheese.
False.
You think this is a
Sorry, troll. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Troll.
No, that is actually a true story. That's from the UPI.
Oh, God. That poor mouse. It was a mule, man.
It's a mule. It's not a mouse anymore. It's a mule. Okay, our next headline: Man dressed as priest sought for Halloween assault. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Oh, so very true.
You think it's true or troll?
Yes, I'm hoping it's true.
That is correct. It is a true story.
My lack of faith in humanity is restored.
All right, our next headline: China unable to recruit hackers fast enough to keep up with vulnerabilities in U.S. security systems. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Troll?
Yes, that is a troll story.
Woo! I'm not angry enough tonight.
Yes, apparently not.
I'm not running even here, so.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Our next headline: Donald Trump is going for the throat after being humiliated by CNN host. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
True.
No, that is a troll story. That's from AmericanNews.com.
Damn it. Trump and Palin and Buchanan, or whatever her name is. Okay.
All right.
Bachman.
Bachman, yeah. All right, our next headline. Fast food restaurant lets live chicken run its Twitter. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
I don't know. Is it KFC? True.
That is correct. It is a true story from time.com.
God, oh God. That's weird. Oh goodness. It gives a whole new meaning to the word hunt and peck on the keyboard.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And bird brain.
And
All
bird
right.
brain. Okay. California couple's engagement ring is beset with a wisdom tooth. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
It's a gross story. Oh my God.
I'll give you half points for being gross.
True. Oh.
That is correct. It is true.
Ew,
That's from
ew.
UPI.
Okay then.
All right, our next headline. Casual sex is up 83% since Obamacare. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
Troll.
That is correct. That is from the Daily Current.
Okay.
All right, our next headline. Hundreds flock to view the image of Jesus in a vomit puddle. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
I'm torn. Oh God. I'm gonna say troll.
That is correct. That is from News Mutiny.
Those Catholics will worship anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I was sweating bullets on that one. Okay.
All right, we only have a few more left. Okay.
Okay.
Ex-cop gets a year in jail for asking to lick a woman's feet. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
Well, I'm gonna say troll just because I can't believe a cop would go to jail for a year. For anything.
That's actually incorrect. That's actually true. That's from Yahoo News.
Damn it.
Okay, last story. Texas school district to implement active shooter prevention measures. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Oh God! Again, I'm torn. This is Texas we're talking about.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
you get issued a gun with your birth certificate, don't you?
I think so. It's an AK-47. As soon as you get to hold it, you get to take it to school.
An active shooter. Maybe they mean like you're not an active enough shooter, and we want you to be more active. Troll.
That is correct. That's from Real News right now. That is a troll story.
Woohoo!
How well did you do?
I don't know. I wasn't keeping score. I wasn't writing it down. I was too busy trying to figure it out.
I meant our listeners. And the people who are watching on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I figured I was about even. But I don't know. I don't know.
I'd like to know if you did better at this than Connie did. You know, leave a comment section here below.
Yes, add to my demoralization.
Alrighty, I want to thank everybody that came to the chat room and putting up with our little technical glitches that we've had earlier this evening. And we'll be back next week with our regular longer show. If you like the show, please like the show and hit that like button and tell your friends and tell your neighbors, tell the people you like, tell the people you don't like. Just tell everybody you know about the show. If you really like the show, go to patreon.com/Packard Pokes At. Donate as little as $1 once a month to the show, and I can get some of these problems taken care of. But anyway, we'll be back next week. See you then. This has been Packard Pokes At. We just poked at your news.
And that's a wrap.